And welcome back. Thanks for staying with us for the news at 4:30. I'm Amber Diaz.
And I'm Kevin Nathan. Right now here at 4:30, we're going to be talking about people in one particular neighborhood in New Haven who've been dealing with car thefts and break-ins, and they want the city to act and to act now.
NBC Connecticut's Jennifer Cuevas is in New Haven with what residents have experienced and how the city is addressing this. And Chief Jacobson adds there is 26% decrease in car thefts this year compared to this time last year. Welcome back. Raising Cane's second Connecticut location is now open. It's in Simsbury on Bushy Hill Road. Both
still ahead from governor to lifesaver. Welcome back. For those of us who remember it like it was yesterday, it's kind of hard to believe that tomorrow will mark 23 years since 9/11.
In remembrance, the 9/11 Memorial and Museum is reaching a generation of Americans that, if you can believe it, are just too young to remember that attack. And the tragedy of 9/11 effectively created the Transportation Security Administration as we know it today. The
agency that we call the TSA says it is constantly keeping an eye out to protect flyers. NBC's Adam Tuss gives us an inside look. Anthony, thanks. He's a governor, was a presidential hopeful at one point, and now New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu can add lifesaver to his resume.
Yeah, he helped a man choking on a lobster roll. Choked on an onion ring once when I was younger and didn't eat onion rings for about a year.
The things we learned during the 4 o'clock
I'm just saying, that's what reminded me of.
Gotta be careful.
You do. Still to come, he's the first back-to-back $1 million winner. And another ninja is celebrating today after winning $1 million during last night's finale.
And the champ may look familiar to some of you. NBC's Mark Barger shares this. And that does it for the News at 4.
The News at 5 starts right now. A longtime post office in Preston is at risk of closing at the end of the month.
It is located inside of a convenience store that was recently purchased by new owners who are doing all they can to try to save it.
NBC Connecticut's Amanda Pitts has more. Now for your full storm tracker forecast.
You guys like today's weather?
Loved it.
Okay, we got another few days.
I love that too. And joining us now to talk about the unfortunate ordeal is Christopher Cole himself. Chris, thanks so much for joining us this afternoon.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
So, Chris, this first started a few weeks back, right, when someone, you say, came to your home and pulled down some of your political signs. Tell me quickly what happened there. I agree. And, Chris, you've lived in this house for about 14 years, right? And you and your husband, you're proud members of the LGBTQ community, proud members of the First Congregational Church of Watertown. How has this situation affected your lives? And willingness to share your story. We really, really appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
Today, U.S. Defense Department employees remember their fallen colleagues who were tragically killed in the September 11th terrorist attacks at the Pentagon 23 years.
K-Cup pods.
And Bank of America announced it is once again raising its minimum hourly wage for a 7th consecutive year. Well, Forbes is out now with its annual ranking of the top 500 colleges in the country. And 4 in Connecticut cracked the top. Colleagues are working on at Telemundo Nueva Inglaterra.
2 planes collided.
All right, well, everyone knows we're all serious about our pizza, right? But a lot of people here in the state, they're serious about some chicken, too. Check this out. Some people were there before the sun was up, also they could beat traffic to get a taste of fried chicken.
It's inspired me to go home and make fried chicken tonight. This is the latest opening of a Raising Cane's restaurant here in Connecticut, this one in Simsbury. NBC Connecticut, Sydney Boyle.
That's a true Caniac.
Yes, Sydney Boyle reporting. Stay with us. There's much more news ahead at 6.
Like I said,